Hey Gemini, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings. Take what works, leave what doesn't. If I don't catch your wavelength or storyline on this one, go check your other major placements. We are starting with the Moonology and Work Your Light Oracle decks for an intuitive vibe of where we might be going today. And then we'll move on to the Golden Tarot for a more traditional tarot spread. All right, what do we have for Gemini? Okay. Oh my gosh. Misbehaving deck is what we have for Gemini. All right. Just the one card? Really? Anything else? A couple more cards? One or two more cards? Very quiet here. That card came out upside down, so I have no idea what it is even. Anything else? No. This deck is shut tight. All right. What do we have? Oh. New moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. Great. So concerns. This is a wonderful card, right? We often worry about our loved ones, but this is saying that we're safe. They're safe. We're safe. As safe as people can be, right? So if you have some sort of specific concern, someone's headed out on a road trip this week, something like that, or anything, they're safe. You and your loved ones are safe as we can be. This is very reassuring. New moon in Cancer. So emotionally safe. I wonder how that's gonna emerge, right? The Cancer, the protective shell, the focus on some kind of safety issue, protecting some sort of, wanting to protect them. You want to protect them. And this is because you feel that they could be in danger or could be unsafe. So this is some sort of reassurance that they are protected, whether you're there with them in person, whether you're able to protect immediately, whether you're available for that, they are protected, and so are you. So if you're worried for your safety, you have concerns about that. I mean, this seems like kind of a hard card for a general, because it obviously, I don't know everybody's situation, but this is the card. So this could just maybe be a high anxiety week, and this is saying not to worry about it, right? I mean, being alive is inherently unsafe, right? So, but we're as safe, you and your loved ones are as safe as people can be right now. That's what that's saying. This is your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's at issue here? Your environment, to-do list, possible outcome. Okay, I'm seeing something more here. You may be being overprotective of something. That makes more sense as a general message. Personal message, this makes sense, but a general message, like and 100% safety for every Cancer on the planet for the next 2 weeks seems a little strange to me, but I think it's just talking about an overprotectiveness, and you can drop some sort of guard, you can drop some sort of overprotectiveness. That makes more sense. Okay, in your recent past, we have King of Coins. This could be, it's a court card, so it could be a person, could be you, could be someone that you've dealt with. This is a boss-like figure. They're obviously, because we have a king, could be male or female. This is someone who's a planner, a schemer. They're very precise. They invest in the long haul. And their investments have paid off. They have an abundance. They have there's a lot of pork here, right? There's these pigs in the background, and it's just reminding me of some sort of like abundance that I want to say fatty, like fat, the availability of that richness, right? And owning that richness, and that an abundance of riches. There's 3 little pigs here, though. This is really fascinating. I think we might be talking about protecting. What this person is, someone who protects. I mean, it's so fascinating to do this because I see these cards all the time, And then here we have these 3 pigs, the 3 little pigs. What's that about? That's about protection too, right? That's about protecting investments. That's about finding and exploring and experimenting with finding safety and security. That's a story about security. And this King of Coins maybe, did some business with the wolf at some point and figured out what the best kind of walls were, what the best kind of boundaries were, how to create good boundaries. I mean, I guess that's really what the 3 little pigs is about, is trying to create a good boundary for your own safety and security. And that's what I'm seeing with this King of Coins, a richness of security and safety, someone who has been able to set really good boundaries and really secure their own wealth and take care of the not just their finances, but really take care of other people too, and take care of other people's finances. And because the king is outwardly focused, he's focused on the kingdom and what's good for everybody in the kingdom. So this is someone with enough wealth to share. Whether they shared it or not, I'm not really getting a clear vibe on this one, but this is someone with enough wealth to share, and they're sort of in charge of things, and they also have, through trial and error and their own experiences, figured out a way to set good boundaries and to protect what's theirs and to protect what's for their people and what's for their kingdom. Man, I have never gotten a crab vibe off of this guy before, but that's what I'm getting, is this like protecting what's his, protecting his own wealth, protecting his own abundance, and having good boundaries around that, and that being part of how he built his wealth is good boundaries. But we see coming up here that it becomes a little overprotective. In the current situation, there's some justice here. There's some sort of balancing of some sort of scale. If someone was greedy, this is getting balanced out. This is getting taken care of. Justice can be court systems, justice. This can also, this King of Coins, this could also, with this Justice card here, this King of Coins could be someone who's wealthy at the expense of others, though. No, I don't know. How do you get that out of the King of Coins? But that's what I'm kind of feeling, because this Justice card comes in. So somebody, the scales of justice, someone may have taken more than their fair share, or someone may have lost something valuable and it's being restored. So this justice, there's some sort of truth that's coming out now. You could be dealing with the justice system, some sort of something's being balanced out, some sort of unfairness. We'll just go keep it general like that. Some sort of unfairness occurred here, and it's getting balanced out. The scales are getting balanced. There's some sort of and there's some sort of cosmic behind the scenes, I want to say cosmic scales of justice here are being balanced out. So depending on, this is the karma of past behavior, not just how this king got what he got, not just what he got, or what you got or didn't get, but how it all happened is somehow important here and is being balanced and cleared. Because there's some sort of like karmic debt load of if there was dishonesty involved, if there was cheating involved, this is all either coming to the fore here or getting balanced out somehow. In your hopes, your fears, your inner landscape, you have 4 of Coins. So internally, you may be clinging to not much. There's a sense here of being very focused. Well, this one's a little different. This one's more like being really focused on money and work to the expense of other parts of your life. So you may be worried about that. You may be hopeful for that. There could be 4 of Coins is sort of a mild obsession with something. So you could be dealing with a mild obsession. A mild obsession maybe with money, a mild obsession with work. It's not like a big obsession, but the mild can be that the thing that you're obsessed about isn't that much. I mean, it's 4 coins out of 10. That's 40%. You've got 40% of your goal, and it's just like, oh my gosh. Reminds me of doing like a painting or something where you're like partially done. You're like, this is really good. And then there's a moment where, at least for me, and I think other artists kind of are like, oh gosh, if I keep going, you know, you have to be encouraged to keep going, to risk the possibility of destroying what you've already built in order to make it better and improve it. And there's always the risk that what you continue adding to this painting is not going to improve it. It could actually just make it worse. And if you like it where it is, but it's unfinished, it's unfinished. So we're very focused on something that might not be, that's not completed, and we're being a little too precious about something that's not completed, that's not reached any kind of fullness. We're being very precious about not much, right? So again, though, there's this overprotective vibe coming from this Four of Coins. She's very worried that someone's going to distract her from her money and take it, or someone's going to distract her from her work. And then what? Oh, the world's going to fall apart. So this could be just a strong focus, and so this is somehow in your subconscious, or you're worried about this. This could be a subconscious issue as far as like clinging to the not much and not willing to take further risks for more, right? It's like a game show where, no, I'll take the $10 and go home, thank you, rather than try for the, that's a little, but rather than try for the $100, I'll take the 40 and go home, right? There's a possibility that I could get 100, let's call it $100,000. So it makes sense why we would be scared. I'll just take the $40,000 and go home and not try for the 100, right? So that's a little bit of what's going on in your hopes and your fears. So you may be worried about losing what you do have, at the expense, of, losing what you have while you go for something else, while you go a step further. So this could be a concern. And then what's that issue here is this Ace of Coins. Man, coins. We have 4 coins here. There's something up with your money and your work right now. There is something up here. Because we have 4 coins in one reading. That's unusual, and that's something to pay attention to, and that's something, this is a work reading. So you're safe. So you might be worried about losing your job, you might be worried about your finances, and this is saying you might be being overprotective. This is also saying you might be being overprotective of something, that, and it's seizing it down. It's clamping something down rather than letting it flow. Like money and resources need to flow. They're like water that way. They need to be flowing somehow. But when we clamp it down, we can clamp down the flow of that, both the flow, we might be clamping down the flow out, but we might incidentally be clamping the flow in with just that mentality that resources have to be controlled to, some crazy degree, and it's not even that big of a deal. It's like just not that big of a deal, but there's a clamping down here. So we have this reverse Ace of Coins. So, well, maybe we're out of work, maybe we're out of money, maybe we're out of something. There's just like, there's no beginning. There's no new beginning in reality. There's no new job. There's no new money coming in. There's no new money stream coming in. There's not, something hasn't begun. Maybe we were expecting something new to come in by now. Maybe we were expecting something, an opening in our finances, an opening in our job for a promotion, or to have more mobility. But it's like, I want to say like, I want to say like, it's like the stone on the tomb is not rolling away for some sort of renewal or resurrection. It's not that it's staying in place. You were maybe expecting it to be rolling away for you, but it's staying in place. We don't have, like, we have this Easter lily, and I guess this is reminding me of sort of a tomb of renewal, right? We talk about the butterfly a lot here, and how the cocoon is the caterpillar's coffin, but the butterfly's womb, right? So the same with this sort of idea of resurrection, we're getting with this resurrection lily here, is this is like the tomb of life here, that without coming out of it. So being born into something new, right? And that opening's not opening. This is not dilating appropriately so that we can be born here. Something new can be born. Something It's not, there's no dilation of the cervix here, people. It's at 0 centimeters. It's closed down. The birth is not coming right now. There is no rebirth. There is no new thing coming. And we were maybe expecting that, or led to believe that that would be the case. In your environment, you have 8 of Cups. Something is calling you forward, though. Something is moving you forward. There is something that you see on the horizon. It's not opening up for you yet, but it is something that you see on the horizon and you want to head towards it. There's something in your environment that's telling you that there's something better. There's something better that you could find. 8 of Cups is enough, but not enough. Not enough for you. And your environment just isn't providing enough for you. There's something that's unfulfilling here, either not fulfilling expectations or not fulfilling, not emotionally fulfilling, or not financially fulfilling, since we're talking about finances here. There's something in your environment just isn't cutting it. It's not fulfilling. You're either not making enough money, or you're not happy with the way that you're making money. You were looking for something new. There's something here that's just not fulfilling. It's not enough. It might be enough for other people, but it is not enough for you. And then your to-do list, your place of greatest growth, where you're looking for an opportunity, an opening to do, is Page of Wands. Page is the beginner, the learner. We're just starting off on something. And Wands are about inspiration, energy, creativity. So begin a new creative project, or at least start learning about something. Go on the journey where you begin to learn, you begin to understand. There's a lot of life here. There's something very exciting for you to grab onto here and get inspired about and learn about. It's probably creative or spiritual in some nature. So a spiritual journey, just beginning it might be a little surprising. The Page of Wands are always a little bit like, what is this? The pages are always like, they're the freshmen on the first day of school as they walk into the giant high school, just wide-eyed and like, what is this? What have I just entered here? So there's a lot of curiosity, a lot of wonderment. So anything that any kind of creative project or something, this is about just beginning that journey, allowing some sort of inspiring thing. So this creative, inspiring thing or spiritual thing may have been around in your periphery for a while, but now it's time to really, really take a closer look at it, really figure out, maybe you need to start a side hustle here, and it's a creative one, and you need to really explore a new creative avenue, a new creative situation. So this is about becoming inspired, becoming excited about something, allowing the unexpected to inspire you and to reignite that life inside of you. So looking for something that's got that spark of life to it and beginning that. That's what you're doing. And then, this is cool. How did I not notice this before? Why don't I ever read ahead on these? So where you're going, 10 of coins. 10 of coins. We're clinging to not much, but we're allowing some sort of spark to reignite us, to interest us and bring us forward out of curiosity, right? This isn't satisfying, but you've got your eye on something that is. Go explore that. Go figure out what that is. That's inspiring, right? You've got something here that's you're like, well, this isn't good. This isn't what I like. This isn't enough for me. So then go explore what is enough, right? So head towards it. You're heading away from something not satisfying in your environment towards something that's inspiring. So we're not necessarily chasing after coin, we're chasing after inspiration. We maybe feel like we don't have enough coin, and of course the common idea of dealing with that, how we want to deal with that is by, I don't have enough money, I need to go chase some money down. This is saying very specifically, we have all these other coins here, don't go chasing the coins, go chasing the inspiration, go chasing the things that bring you to life and make you happy and bring you alive. And I think this is why you're getting this, you and your loved ones are safe. Like, don't, you want to, what this reading is telling me just overall in general is that a desire to focus on the money aspect. And this is saying very clearly, focus on the inspiring aspect, what's inspiring, because it's so much, the flow is there. That's where the flow is for you. That's where the flow is of the energy, and what will give you energy to keep going even when things get hard, even on tough days. There's some sort of inspiring thing that you need to focus on, rather than focusing on the money, on the coin, on the whatever. And it's counterintuitive. It makes you feel maybe a little unsafe. You're very protective of your money. That's what you're wanting to chase. And this is saying, forget about that. Forget about the physical safety. Not forget about it, but lighten up on that. Lighten up on the physical safety. And really what you're chasing down, what you want to be chasing down, is the inspiration and the things that come to life. So, possible outcome here, 10 of coins. This is abundance. This is so much. This is, we were talking about the $40,000. This is like, get inspired, go for the 100. Go for the 100. Take that risk. And it'll, if it feels exciting to go for that 100 rather than just stay with the safety 40,000, go for the 100,000. This is saying go for it. If that's what's inspiring you, if that brings you to life, not the focus on the money, I mean just the focus on the on what you want to do and what's inspiring to you. So you're focusing on that. What you could end up with is everything, is abundance, financial abundance, and so much financial abundance that we now have time for leisure. So it's financial abundance that creates freedom in your life, financial freedom, time freedom, all of that. So and the freedom to pursue what you do love. So that's where 10 of coins, you can't get better. Man, we've got the King of Coins, we've got the 10 of coins. This is bookended by a lot of abundance, by a lot of wealth, a lot of this is a very good reading, Gemini. But what's going to be hard is to change that focus off of money and work and onto what inspires you and what brings you to life. Because there's some sort of something already set here. There's a foundation already laid so that you can, you've already got some amount of satisfaction. This is moving towards something that's inspiring to you and excites you. And that will pay off even more. All right. But it is going to feel like a risk, and it is going to feel a little unsafe, maybe a little risky. All right, Gemini, I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you for your likes, subscribes, and comments, and I hope to see you again in 2 weeks.